Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door.
We've been waiting for you.
We've been waiting for you.
Where the kisses are hers and his, three's company too. Come and dance on our floor.
Come and dance on our floor.
Take a step that is new.
Take a step that is new.
We've a lovable space that needs your face, three's company too.
Hello, people, or person. I'll assume that's Mr. Carey over there. So, looks like it's going to be an exciting night. Hello, Nikki. So I just looked in on a conversation across the pond. A bunch of people from Great Britain and Ireland arguing about American gun laws and the US Constitution. I think it was probably a good thing that I had to come over here because I really was tempted to go up on the panel and let them all know what a bunch of twats they are. You gotta love it. They're sitting there going, well, the American Constitution says this. American laws are this. Especially the one guy who considered himself quite the expert and called Detroit and Chicago states and said something about the chief sheriff of a county. So yeah, luckily I didn't have time to go up there. I'm trying to keep from yelling at people and calling them names unless they come in here and annoy me. Anyway, what's everybody up to? Don't forget to scan that QR code. It's very important. So remember Sunday at 2 o'clock over on Nikki's channel. She'll be talking to Mr. Carey. The next Sunday, she'll be talking to Nate the Great. This Monday, I'm going to try having a movie night, a classic movie. If I get around to it, maybe we'll do trivia next Wednesday, but I don't know. Yeah. Trying to check a couple of things here. Oh, good. Do. I think We've got Finkel scheduled for the 19th also. You know how it is with Finkel. We're going to have to nail that down, especially now that he's made his new pledge to limit his YouTube time. Although I'm going to have to tell him to make sure he takes a couple days off the week that he and I are supposed to do the um, addiction recovery panel, because I don't want to be limited to 1 hour that day. Hello, Mr. Nicky. Do, 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 do. Hey, I see our song for Cart got a lot of views. And I see Cart has seen it. '98 views. Somebody go watch it. Let's get it to 100. I don't think we would very often hit 100 views on anything. Although we did go over 1,000 with the thing on the guy getting arrested in New York. Okay. Why can I not see? I cannot find this stream. What is going on here? It's weird. It's going to be Carrie's fault. I can't pop out the chat if I can't find the YouTube to pop out. No, no, my grandmother always used to say, screw you, YouTube. Hey, Danny. Oh, who let Finkel in? Hey, Cart. Ah, well, that explains it. I'm on the wrong damn channel, aren't I? Sorry about that, everybody.
Okay, now that you changed the background, I'll come up.
That's the background I started with.
Mm,
I don't know what you were seeing, but that's the background I've had.
oh, I think I was focused on the QR code. What is the QR code?
Hey, scan it and see.
I don't have a QR code scanner thingy on my phone.
Well, I don't know if I want to tell you.
Oh,
Hold on a second. I want to check something here. Okay, where did that go?
hello,
Um,
just a troll. And Danny and Finkel and Cart and Mr. Carey and Mark Pollard, if you come back.
I cannot see whatever Finkel linked over there. I saw it in StreamYard. I don't see it in YouTube.
Are you on live chat?
Well, of course. What are you accusing me of?
Just
Let's
ask.
see. Let me try again. Still don't see it.
It's at 7:09.
Oh, over here it had 11. I'm looking at the wrong thing, maybe. Let's go up to the 09 then. Ah, I see. Oh, so you want to see what the QR code goes to, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to do a video on it. I didn't have time. I had to make coffee and do stuff like that. This is a very important fundraiser, folks. If you hit that QR code, you go right to the GoFundMe. And yeah, Cart, if you didn't see my reply to you, by the way, That song was totally a group effort last night. Ariel was doing the AI, but all the rest of us, including people in chat, were given suggestions of various ideas. Some of the ideas didn't make it into the song, like one most of us liked was "She loves Mr. Nicky," but none of us know why.
And another one was she loves Mr. Nicky because he's a good
Budgie
budgie
smuggler.
smuggler.
Yeah. So remember, folks, donate generously. And I promise all the money will go to his haircut.
Hello, Clementine. It's not Finkel who's lost, believe it or not. It's Muckster who's lost.
Can't believe I did that.
Finkel, while you're in here, I have a couple of serious questions for you. And must be a drive-by that he did.
He was just passing through.
He'll run from those. Or no, yes, and maybe. Okay, you don't have a time yet for the 19th. You are going to take a couple hours off the week that you guys decide to do the addiction recovery.
Addiction recovery. There you go.
And maybe you'll stick to your resolution of only being on YouTube for an hour a day. See, you're a mind reader. And you did get them in the right order.
I gotta do something real quick.
Okay. And you're right, Danny. I'm betting it won't make it to the end of this week. Make what? Your resolution of only being on YouTube an hour a day. Because you may make your presence known only an hour a day, but there's 10 different channels that you can go and lurk in and not make your presence known by saying anything in chat or going up on panel. That's what. Yeah, think. Well, of course you'll blame him. Anyway, um, Monday is this classical movie night. I have no idea what the movie is, so I don't know, but it no, I didn't kick Muck off. He said he had to do something real quick and then disappeared. See, there he is. See?
I put a notice over on the other channel that we're over here.
Yeah, 1978 movie. I have no idea. There was lots of movies in 1978.
Yeah, like over 40. It's a classic. I can tell you that much.
Every which way but loose.
Here, see. I told people where we're at.
Come and knock on our door. We've been waiting for you. The kisses are hers and his. Three's company too. Come and dance on our floor. Take a step that is new.
Take a step that is new.
We've a lovable space that needs your face. Three's company too.
So, hey guys, Nikki screwed up and she put us on the wrong channel tonight. Our chat is over there on the Just Smuckster channel. So come on over and join us. We're in my channel right now. Thanks.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
Ice Castles, Grease, Hooper. Yep.
Where are you?
Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door.
Hello, everybody. I got some exciting news for y'all. We're going to be doing something different this Monday, January 6th at 8 o'clock. We are going to have a classic movie night. This will be the first time we've done one of these. I'm going to keep the movie a secret, but I will tell you this. The movie was released in 1978. It won Oscars. Now, I haven't checked my research with, her, but I think I know how to Google. And here's what I have found. Hello, Carrie. It won Oscars for Best Supporting Actor, Best Song, and it was nominated for Special Effects, Director, Makeup, and Costumes. At the Golden Globes, it got a Special Humanitarian Award. Hey, Nikki. And that's all I'm going to tell you about it. But we will play it here on the air in Chat and Play Monday night, sometime after 8 o'clock. I can't say at 8 o'clock because we'll probably come in and say, hello, how you doing first? So it might be 8:03 or something. Anyway, there it is. There's my research, see? Monday night, 8 o'clock, right here. Classic movie night. That's all I'm going to tell you. But I know you'll love it because it's one of my favorites. Uh, Carrie gets serious. I laughed at Danny's comment. I was going to set the movie for tomorrow night, but I thought I'd let the anticipation build over the weekend.
Um, Gray Lady Down or Jaws 2?
By the way, I hope everybody followed the dress code tonight.
I didn't know there was a dress code.
It was in the description. People have to read.
Well, it says Throwback Thursday in
That's the
Wednesday
title. Which
fashions. um, well, it depends. Are you talking about Wednesday fashions from uh
yesterday. Yesterday.
yeah, okay. I was gonna say from the Adams family.
Oh, I also scheduled a throwback Todd, but it had to be thrown back because it was under the legal limit.
I was gonna ask why you have something scheduled for February 5th. Of course, Finkel.
I can't believe you hit the wrong button.
I know. I can't believe it either. Um, oh, by the way, if anybody wants my email, all they have to do is go and watch somebody else's channel and it's doxed.
Really?
Yeah, I found that out this morning when I went back and watched it because of the subject matter. I had to find out what was being said.
Why did he feel it necessary to give your email out?
I don't know if he did it without realizing it. He did not say it. It is on the screen.
Yeah. Carrie, I really don't care about your songs because I am boycotting them ever since that love letter to GS you did. That's just me.
Okay, and we'll see your reply. Let's see. Today's Thursday, Friday. We'll probably see your reply on Saturday. I'll give you, that extra day in there.
Yeah, I can't believe Danny said he won't make it to spring. I'm not sure he'll make it to tomorrow.
He already said he didn't make it today and he blames it on you.
I did nothing.
Um, yeah, because we were talking about it while you were gone. He goes, "Make what?" And I told him his resolution. He goes, "Oh crap, I might be over 1 hour today. I blame Muckster." Hello, STD. That was last year. We don't do rolling calendar years. We do from January 1st to December 31st.
I didn't know about this. This is sad. Let me see. This is something that goes back many years. I forget now. I think it's like over 50. You see that big Santa Claus? You
Yeah,
can
it's
you can tell how huge it is with that building in the background. That's from a neighboring town. I didn't know this happened to it. Boom! The
oh
winds totally
no.
destroyed it. Look at the
Jewish years. Because the QR code links to a GoFundMe to get Finkel a makeover.
Okay, so if you went by Jupiter time, that would mean Nikki's only 3 years old.
Hey,
Oh, I'm
that is
sorry. The hour's up. You have to leave.
that is a fake GoFundMe, right?
No, but nobody's going to donate to it.
It's a real GoFundMe.
Yeah.
You're playing. You wouldn't do that. Okay. If somebody has a sense of humor and donates it to it, where does the money go?
Well, I thought I assume that the most anybody would do is give like 50 cents or whatever the minimum is.
Uh-huh.
I thought if somebody actually did do, I would just say to you, where should we send it to?
Oh my God, it's
I
real.
can't. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get me in trouble with the Kaiser folks. They're always calling people on oh shit. Okay.
It just came to me because I had noticed. I don't know if you remember a while ago, our buddy Rich, Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh yeah.
He was doing a thing about a dog that got taken away from a vet. It was his service dog,
I remember that.
and I looked at the GoFundMe, and it said that they hadn't reached their goal, but they said they got the dog back to the guy. So the money in the GoFundMe now is going to any future vet bills.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, I thought, GoFundMe.
That's okay. It was created an hour ago and it's under newlyweds because we're still waiting for you to tell us the truth about that wedding that you attended.
It was Holly's son's wedding.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Well,
my main
Here's the description on it. Hi, I'm Muxter. My poor friend Finkel just cannot convince the woman of his dreams to marry him. And you'll see why. The man needs a makeover, starting with a haircut.
Oh.
Please, this will be your good deed for the year. Get this man a haircut.
I thought I was getting better. I feel better. I'm just a little conjuncted by lungs. Wow, I thought it was purely a joke. I didn't try the QR code. I just clipped it and I did a real short clip on my channel. People are going to think I'm really trying to get money. Fun games, right? It's all fun games until someone donates.
Well, if we raise $500, we'll give it to Kaiser for his.
Commissary fund.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
By the way, I was saying before everybody else came in, I stopped off in Great Britain on my way here, and I love this. There was a panel full of UK and Irish people arguing about American gun laws and the U.S. Constitution.
Well, I'm glad they're getting along on things Northern Ireland. They've come a long way, baby. Let's fight about America now.
I was glad that I just noticed it a couple of minutes before supposed to go live here because I was awful tempted to go up on the panel. I don't want to go up on panels and yell at people and call them dirty names anymore, but it annoys me to hear somebody with an Irish accent sitting there talking about the U.S. Constitution and getting it all wrong.
Hey, they can't do any worse than Brick Jones.
Yeah, that's true.
I see I got 15 views on my little clip of your GoFundMe, of my GoFundMe.
That's all right. The GoFundMe, they can only donate $5 or more.
Oh, okay. So that's 15 times 5. That's so you probably should have
75.
Yeah, thank you. I was having a hard time. My socks are on. I couldn't count on my toes. But you caught me another lie. I just said I was naked a little while ago. Okay.
Uh-huh.
See, it's not good lie. People catch you sooner or later.
Well, socks don't count.
That's true. You could wear socks. Yeah. Oh,
You got Vicks on the bottom of your feet, and that's why you have to have your socks on.
yeah. Yeah. I put Vicks on my feet to cover my chest cold. Yeah. Yeah.
Would anybody else have mothers that would make you inhale that god awful Vicks in a pot of boiling water?
As I just opened my jar of Vicks to take a hit off of it.
Yeah. I remember she'd rub it on my chest and put in a vaporizer so it fills up the room. Ugh.
Well, my mother's version of a vaporizer was to put Vicks into boiling water, and you'd have to put your head over with a towel over.
Oh. Oh, what was that movie? Crocodile Dundee. That's what Dundee thought a cocaine user was doing, so he put a towel over his head. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop talking. I'm sorry.
I just saw a thing, by the way, that, the infamous "that's not a knife" scene
Yeah.
from Crocodile. He apparently he ad-libbed that line.
He did what? Oh, yeah. Oh,
Ad-libbed it. It
okay.
wasn't in the script.
A lot of channels are sharing Todd's feet in some kind of sandal. I want to take a picture of my feet in the same kind of sandal and do a thing where you show his feet, and then I say, those aren't feet. And then I show my feet, so those are feet.
By the way, Crocodile Dundee is Cart's favorite movie.
Oh, guess she wants to go to New York City and show everybody how things are supposed to be done.
Well, Australians, they see it like it's a documentary because it's also true to life.
Mm. Yeah, I had to laugh. Oh, hello. What happened? There we go. Y'all know I've been sick for a few days. Of course, I have Sunday night off, Monday night off, and Tuesday night off. Wednesday night at midnight, it becomes my working day. It's my overlap working day. And guess who called off sick at the last minute? Not me.
Yeah.
I love it. That's New Year. He's got a new slate of leave time to take. Fuck him. All right.
We all
Pardon?
we all know how hard you work 85% of the time. So he must really drink hard if he cannot work on those nights.
I don't know if it's drunk all the time, but I know it has. Some of the times have been drunk. I just can't. I didn't hear his voice last night, so I don't know if there was drunk or not. But I just thought I don't know how sick do you have to be not be able to sit up in a chair and talk and type in your own space. I mean, I get it if we had to commute to an office or interact with other people in person or actually do stuff outside of a chair. I mean, I guess my sniffling is probably annoying to anyone who can hear me, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize Cart also likes Foster's.
oh, they have we get Foster's hamburgers here. Foster's Grill.
Foster's beer. It's her favorite beer. What were
Oh,
you going to say, Nikki?
I was going to say, even though you work from home,
works.
when you're sick, you want to lay down and sleep. Oh, wait, that's naps.
It's usually like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning till 7:30 in the morning. Usually. Sometimes somebody breaks stuff and ruins it for me. Oh,
Like Foster's in Australia is kind of like Iron City was when I lived in Pittsburgh. If you saw somebody drinking an Iron City beer, you knew they weren't from Pittsburgh.
would they be?
And that's where it was. That's where it was made in Pittsburgh.
Would there
Would they
be
be
a?
what?
Would there be? What's it called? Iron. What's the Pittsburgh beer you're talking about?
Iron City.
Iron City. Would Iron City have a devoted young bride dive to the bottom of an ice barrel to grab an Iron City? That's not devotion. Yeah, I just remember Foster's commercial. That's devotion. Oh. Oh.
I remember going to when I was still in college, going to a guy's house for the weekend,
Uh-huh.
and his father had a friend that had moved to Denver. And every time he came back, and this was before Coors went national, it was just a regional thing.
Yeah, when
And he
Bandit
used to
had
bring back, he'd bring back a couple of cases of Coors and trade them for a couple of cases of Iron City. I was like, oh my God, are you getting the best of that deal?
Oh, my brother did that. I don't remember what beer, but I'm in sobriety, and I don't usually stay connected to my exes. My brother contacted me one day. Your ex from high school contacted me. She's out in Seattle or somewhere, and we shipped each other a case of Yingling. I think it was Yingling.
It's another Pennsylvania beer.
I'm like, brother, I don't care about Yingling or Susie anymore. Hell, since
I
high
just realized Pennsylvania's got at least 4 beer brands. Seems weird.
school. I
'Cause you
remember
got
when I
Iron City in Pittsburgh, you got Yingling, you got Rolling Rock,
yeah.
and you got Straub.
Oh, I forgot about Straub. I thought that was Strobe, but yeah, I don't remember Straub, but I remember I liked Yingling because it didn't leave the acid feeling like most American beers do. But on the other end of the spectrum was also from Pennsylvania, was that Rolling Rock. That it was like, oh, that shit was nasty.
We used to drink a lot of that in school because you could get a case of 24 pony bottles, 7 ounces, for $4.
Yeah, cheap. I'm guessing. I mean, I know it's cheap now, but I mean, $4 when you were in what, high school, college?
In
Yeah,
college, yeah.
Probably still fairly cheap compared to 24 Yinglings or 24 even Budweisers, which also acid. Switch to another phone uploading a song for Finkel. Oh,
But Budweiser is just a touch better than Iron City.
Okay. What was the Bud product that had the trans woman on there on the can?
Bud
That
Light.
Bud Light, or that was Bud Light? I remember when Kid Rock shot up the Bud Light. He didn't hide it very well. There was another shooter next to him. Hitting the Bud. His rounds are going off into the water. Like, okay, badass. All right. Okay. I'm gonna log off. I'm way over my hour, but that's not the reason. I don't feel like doing this. I'm losing my taste for streaming.
Well,
and I'm giving my cough to Nikki, so I better go before I make Muxter sick too.
well, I got sick of you a long time ago.
Yeah. You guys have.
Hey, I I don't do much else except for here. I lost all interest in most of YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because he'll
Although
tell you
usually,
it's the same song and dance on every channel.
Yeah, pretty much.
although
Yeah.
use, although usually here is down the street, but Nikki hit the wrong button.
Mm.
Nikki didn't do
And
nothing.
Well, that's what we do. We blame each other. I say it's Muxer's fault. Muxer says it's Nikki's fault. Nikki says it's
Hmm
I don't know, Mr. Gary's fault. Anybody but me.
I hope you have a quiet night.
Yeah, me too. Sweet dreams.
Oh, and Danny said you're old.
Well, she would know. She's been around since Moses too. Thank you, Danny. Oh, I can't click on it and have it pop up.
All right,
Yeah.
there you go.
Cheerio. Thank you, Danny. Everyone stay warm, stay safe, all that stay stuff.
Yeah, good night. So he left, and I looked, and I saw his picture still up there, and I was like, "Wait a minute."
Uh-huh.
Oh,
You're just having one of those days, aren't you?
I think I was putting up too many videos at the same time. Geez, I should look and make sure all those other,
The two,
all that scheduled stuff is going to the right channels.
I think they are.
Yeah, yep, the Nate the Great and Mr. Carey ones are both going there. That one's going oh, actually, the Throwback Todd one doesn't matter. Yeah, that other one's supposed to go to mine. Okay. I, I think the average over here, if I remember cart, it's only 3.6 or 3.8. Definitely weaker beer than I'm sure you're used to. Carrie, if
You
you
know
can't
you've
remember
got a
your own
couple that
appointments.
are scheduled for like 5 a.m.
Yeah, actually 6 a.m. I can't help it. You're in the wrong time zone.
Yeah,
Is there a couple? I thought just,
just
let me look again.
one. Hang on. Now I gotta go back.
Yeah, I did. I know I did. Okay. Oh, those are those. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, it's really just the one. I just didn't want it to go up until tomorrow instead of today
Okay.
because that other one, it'll just be getting deleted after a day or so. You know, when I scheduled specs that week, Kellentime sent me a message and said, "So, specs is going to be on at 2 a.m." I put it at 2 instead of 1400. Oh, geez, does somebody still use those kerosene burners?
Well, a lot of people do for, when the power goes out. And Carrie, that means that you need to charge your phones up before the 5th in case you don't have power.
Yeah, that last comment explains a lot.
Yeah, you always need to have a little bit of fresh air coming in.
Yeah, even if somebody is good at maintaining them, you're always putting crap out, and very few people really keep them maintained and clean the way they should. I know it's STD.
Oh, goodness.
See, now there's Cart sticking up for Mr. Carey.
She
She
said that
wasn't here
she was.
last. Well, she wasn't here last night when we were doing the song, and Mr. Carey kept saying things about, oh, put in there that she eats raw crocodiles, and you know, she she's a loose woman and all that stuff.
No, Cart said that her resolution is that she's going to be nice and make everybody feel good this year.
What happened? What happened to the Cart we all knew and loved?
The new year ate her up.
See, now, why would you be glad you'd never had a generator? You stick the generator outside and you don't have to worry about the fumes. Ariel, why do you hate Cart's song? That's one thing I always figured if I'd ever got the money to build a house, I would just put a natural gas generator with the automatic system. If the power goes off, it just kicks on automatically.
Yeah. We have a generator and it's hooked into the alternate um electrical system. Basically, it
Yeah,
hooks into its own electrical system rather than the main one for the house.
yeah, to just hit just certain
Mm,
necessary.
yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Otherwise, you'd go through the fuel so quick. Kind of, we never really get bad blackouts here. Several years ago, back when I was still doing emergency management, we had a really bad blizzard here that like knocked out. There was places around here that didn't have power for like 3 weeks. But here in town, ours was back in like a week, or I mean a day, because we have a, I forget the right name, but like a relay station. So they like had to get us online before they could move up the road and get other people.
Mhm.
So yeah, but usually the worst I ever get with a power outage is maybe an hour, but it's usually less than that. So it's not that bad. Hey, Kiwi.
Hello, Kiwi.
Uh,
And Nerdy.
oh, I didn't see Nerdy come in. Hey, Nerdy. So I'm not sure how much turnover we had from earlier on, but let's go through the schedule again. This Sunday, 2 o'clock, is Mr. Carey over on the WY. Monday at 8 o'clock is classic movie night. So have your popcorn ready. Um, then the following Sunday at 2 o'clock will be Nate the Great. And very, very tentatively, I kind of have my doubts. He's unreliable. But maybe trivia next Wednesday. I was thinking of doing an all New Zealand night, so it'll just be like 5 questions. You know, it'll be about sheep and hobbits. You know, not to mention anybody's name or anything, but you realize if Todd moved to New Zealand, he could be like the king of the hobbits.
I don't know if he might appreciate it. You know, I mean, then everybody would bow and scrape to him.
Yeah, thank him for his service.
Although I really don't know if he would make it one day in Australia because he'd probably come too close to Cart and actually he said New Zealand. He'd
Yeah,
he'd make it one day in New Zealand until Cart got there to hunt him down and make um you know kangaroo soup out of him.
you know, we shouldn't make fun of New Zealand, even though they do suck.
Okay.
I just have to say that because Kiwi's here.
Oh. An hour at the most.
Yeah, didn't you see I put it up? I tagged you on it. Hey, let me go. Let me go find it. We've got nothing better to do here. By the way, also people who weren't here early on to hear the announcements. It's all Nikki's fault. We're on the wrong channel. you know, kind of along those lines. I actually did use the old line on my one boss at one time when he was complaining about something. And I said, well, in my defense, you're the one that hired me. And by the way, for you ignorant folks, the title means our Australian friend. I thought someone with a name like Carte Blanche should have a French title.
She's the queen of the outback, got a heart of gold. Riding waves of laughter, yeah, she's bold. With a smile that sparkles like the stars at night, teaching little ones, making everything right. Oh, caught our Aussie fam, dancing to the rhythm, she's got a master plan. Twinkle toes on the floor, she's leading the dance. With her wild spirit, she'll take any chance. Exploring the world with a map in her hand. From Sydney to Brisbane, across this vast land. In flip-flops and sunshine, she shines so bright. Every adventure is filled with pure delight. Oh, card our Aussie fam, soaring through life like an endless caravan. Heart in each step as she sways to that tune. A rock and roll wonder beneath Aussie moons. From Bondi waves to desert skies, her laughter echoes when she flies high. With her hands raised up like she owns this stage. In every moment she's breaking new cage. Oh, count our Aussie fam, painting dreams big with just one glance. The beat keeps pulsing as we all gather round. Celebrate her spirit in this vibrant sound. Yeah. Heart of pride, living out loud, you can run or hide. Through thick and thin, you know she'll stand tall. Here's to you forever, we'll answer your call. Living out loud, you can't run or hide. Through thick and thin, you know she'll stand tall. Here's to you forever, we'll answer your call.
By the way, Kiwi, we were, hey, Nerdy's the one who wanted to put ostrich in there, so shut up. But we were doing a song for you, Kiwi, and it was called Finish the Fucking Fence, You Lazy Bastard. But we decided you weren't worth it.
I'm just glad that our regulars are used to your attitude.
Well, you think my attitude might have something to do with the fact that we don't have 50 regulars?
I didn't say that. You know, between your attitude and my disparaging of certain things, that could be why.
Actually, you guys, you misjudged me. Let me see. Where's that at?
Yes, you're just a wonderful sense. You're full of feelings.
I know, but see, they all think that I didn't actually make a New Year's resolution, and I did. I'm trying to improve myself. See, I even made it official and put it on film or whatever you want to call it. I am going to start being less polite to people who annoy me.
I'm a bad boy.
There, see? I'm a changed man.
But I know I annoy you, and you haven't been less polite to me. I guess the bitch powers work when it takes your words away from you, huh?
So I mentioned we're doing a movie night Monday.
Yep. Is it a Western?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. Should have a contest. Anybody who guesses the movie before 8 o'clock on Monday gets a cookie.
That they have to make themselves?
Well, I could always give them my mother's famous chocolate chip cookie recipe that everybody loved.
And the ingredient list can be found on the back of the
Jello pudding. Ginger Snaps. Wasn't that a? Seems like I knew an Irish stripper by that name. I actually never liked any kind of ginger cookies.
All right, Cart wants everyone to follow her because she knows 101 ways of how to annoy you, and Kiwi is right behind her.
Or actually, if you translate it, Kiwi says, "I'm on your ass."
But Nerdy does say the quickest way to annoy you is to interrupt you while you're speaking.
It's one of the high ones. Also, I noticed another way to, a sure way to incur my wrath when I was looking back at some old videos, looking for some clips, is when I am here in my house and somebody tells me that I should not be kicking somebody out or anything like that. Tell me what, how to, run things. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's only 3 people who can question what I do.
We can question, but it doesn't matter.
Listen, but I won't ban you for questioning. But I noticed that I forget what I was looking for. And it was, I think it was, I'm not even sure if we were even FMAC yet. It might have been when we were still just running it off of Finkel's channel. But of course, since it was Finkel's channel, I mean, I was in charge. But I kicked somebody, and somebody else said to me, "Oh, hey, settle down." So then I kicked them too.
Um, you guys have taught me stuff, Nerdy, but I was always taught to respect my elders, so I have to at least let him finish his thought. Otherwise, he'll just lose it, and then in 20 minutes, he'll come back to it again. So it's easier just to let him get the thought out, and then we're past it.
Geez, do you ever shut up?
No. Nobody asked for comments from the peanut gallery.
See, now, what you guys need to learn is if you see me start to get frustrated, somebody hurry up and get a hold of Chris Ryder and ask him to come over and join the panel, because then I can just get all my frustrations out on him, telling him to, would you please let someone else talk?
But for some reason, whenever he's over here, he actually does have conversational skills.
Yeah, I don't know what you did to him. Now, if you could do a full Wibbage and not only get him to let other people talk, but to talk about something besides himself, now that would be amazing.
Well, I don't know. I can't. That's an awful lot of of power, and I have to recharge every day as it is.
Yeah, you got you got to save some of that to make sure Dirk doesn't come out of his spell and go, "Why the hell am I doing all the housework?"
Exactly.
I just I just now pictured you guys as like some old fairy tale thing like that with you know the the witch having her minions under their spell. They don't realize.
Oh, he knows. He knows he's under some sort of spell. He just hasn't figured out if it's black magic or not.
Ariel asked if I finished the song. He never did say whether or not he liked the way the video came out.
I think he may have gotten a phone call or got interrupted or, you know, he may have been murdered.
Or he might have seen ice circling the house. On January 20th, he's going to have to start looking over his shoulder. Did you
Have a great
ever,
night,
uh,
STD.
did you ever see one of those things, STD, where you can you can use them for hands or feet? I think you put like an oil in and it heats them, and soak your hands in that. That's supposed to really help.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a wax. Yeah. And
And
anyway, we'll
actually,
see STD. Thanks for stopping.
what I like
Look
about
for
the
what?
wax is putting your hands in it and then letting it cool and peeling it. The peeling it is the what's calming to me.
Mhm. Yeah, check into it. I'm sure they don't cost very much.
You wanna-
Well, the ones I've seen, nerdy, it's you just like buy a thing that it's set to the right temperature then to do it. Yeah, it wouldn't be a good idea to just get a bunch of wax and put it on the stove until it's boiling and stick your hands in there. Anybody have any idea what the hell Ariel just said?
Maybe the scent of orange.
I see on Amazon they have things for that that go anywhere from like $30 to $300. See, I don't know why you should have to double boil things. Makes me suspicious. It's like how Ariel's people refry beans. What's wrong with just frying them once? I like some good frijoles, by the way. We'll glob the sour cream on them. I forget what my mother used to use to melt chocolate.
Probably a double boiler.
I don't think so. I'm not sure, though. I could be wrong. She used to make all kind of chocolate candies. She had all these molds that you'd pour it in. And she'd like color them with some kind of icing or something, I guess. I don't know. You know, like if she was making like a Santa Claus and that, she'd put the red suit on him. It was good chocolate too. Hmm. See, and I don't think my mother made cheesecake that way either. But then again, I wish I'd have paid more attention to stuff she cooked. Although I still wouldn't be attempting the cheesecake. Something I haven't had in a while. Always like cheesecake. Yeah, my mother would make those sometimes, like when she was in a hurry, but she usually made the real thing. I think hers was called New York cheesecake.
I let other people make cheesecake. I don't even try it.
That's another one of those things where it's there with like I said, like fudge and peanut butter pie. Add cheesecake to that list of that a lot of people make it too sweet. I mean, it's going to be sweet anyway. It's naturally sweet. but some people just kind of go overboard on it. You have to have the touch for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jello ones are easy because don't you pretty much just make the Jello and dump it into a cracker crumb crust?
Yes, Danny. That's the same recipe I use.
I actually used that recipe for pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving. I had to have pumpkin pie, so I just got it from the store. I knew a girl a couple years ago on that one forum I used to go to that was starting an online cheesecake company. She liked making cheesecakes. I don't know if it ever took off or not. You know, she do like all kind of flavors and that.
Hmm.
I don't think I've ever had chocolate cheesecake. Let's see.
Yeah, I like lemon too. Or just the plain cheesecake with strawberries over the top.
I always like cherries. I don't necessarily like cherries on a lot of things, but I always liked it on cheesecake. So, you know, if people were curious about what the movie is for Monday, there are three people who, if they'd have known, they could have gone to FMAC Buccaneer. Well, it's not called FMAC anymore, but Buccaneers. And they'd have seen that I had tested 10 minutes of the movie to see if the copyright would get hit, but I just deleted it. So you
Mm,
missed your chance. Ooh, raspberry lemon sounds a little too tart to me. No offense, Cart. I always liked my mother's lemon meringue pie. Now, pie wasn't too fond of, but a lot of people love it. Is I just forgot the name of it. Oh my god, that sour thing that kind of looks like celery, rhubarb.
yeah, or gooseberry.
I don't know if I ever had gooseberry. It's funny. I can remember being a kid, and we used to have a bunch of rhubarb that grew behind the house where we lived, and just go out there and break off a piece and be eating it. And then later in life, it was like I can't even like look at it. Cart has sailor skin. You know what that means? You put the sailor in the basement, and he puts on the lotion.
Yep.
Yo ho ho, and a bottle of Foster's. Well, see, Cart, I can now offend you with impunity because you've made the resolution to be nice to everybody. And raspberry dressing. Is that other berry around here that people always. Oh, elderberry. It's awful quiet again tonight around here. I don't know what's going on.
I'm trying to figure out what movie.
Yeah, I gave you all those clues.
I know, I gotta go back and listen to it. I just got the notification. Finkel uploaded. Support Finkel. A 3-second clip.
Bring it in.
All right, hang on.
Or do you want me to do it? I don't know
You
what you're
can.
using. I mean, I don't know if you're
Oh, no, I've got it. I just had to.
okay.
Let me see if I'm good at this or not.
I,
There.
I looked at his page and I thought, I can't believe he actually put that one in there that says he went to WTA for a rematch. And I remembered, oh yeah, I just sent it to him.
Uh, there you go.
And I promise
Oh,
it was quick. And I promise.
that was it. Finkel needs a new nut hammock. Only if he takes all the black squirrels with him.
No, but that's not real, right? That's a fake? That's not real, right? Now, Nerdy, we promised to make this a squirrel-free zone, and there you go, causing trouble.
Reason why is because those black bastards.
Now, see, now look what you did, Nerdy.
Okay, I got it figured out.
We shall see.
Spill the squirrels. Yeah, Kurt, we do that all the time, actually.
Spill the squirrels. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
I'll even sit here and be talking with you guys and get caught up in a TV show that he's got on.
Now, to be fair, nerdy, I do love some of you.
Just not me.
Well, I'm not going to name names, but I actually, um, I don't like using that word a lot. You know, you know how like tab is always "I love you all, I love you all."
Yeah,
I feel like you dilute the meaning if you use it all the time that way.
you're right. They want to get put in the basement so they can get lotion for their skin.
Kurt needs a new sailor.
You're supposed to tell your friends that you love them. Tell them a lot. Make it weird. I love your eyes. I love your skin. I love your hair.
I used to be paranoid about it though too, with like like online people or whatever is like, look, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. You know.
Right.
Well, see now this whole Kurt nerdy love thing, I spotted that a long time ago.
Yeah, too bad they live, 5,000 miles away from each other.
Well, that might just be the story they give us.
Mm.
You realize right now they're probably sitting across the room from each other. Actually, I know people doing it. That my friend Danny mentioned several times. I can remember being in a some kind of a chat thing. Like her and Bree would be in there, like asking each other questions.
Mhm.
I'd be like, if you two are sitting in the living room next to each other, asking questions on here, I'm going to have to fly to Vegas and slap the both of you.
Well, see, me and Mr. Nicky could do that, except he can't type out his answers. I'd have to ask him, the simple questions that he could put no or yes, and it might still take 20 minutes to type the answer in. But he's stored right now, so I could ask him a whole bunch of stuff and not get an answer.
Well, Kurt, I think the secret of me is I only insult the people I love or hate, and I don't necessarily tell them which is which. I do gotta say, I know I've mentioned it before, but one of my favorite nights in chat, and again, it was way back, I think probably on the Finkel channel, it was kind of early on of us doing this. And it was towards the end of the night, and there was pretty much nobody left except for Cart and Nerdy. And they were talking, and it was just so cool because there they were on opposite sides of the world, dealing with opposite climates and all that. But it was like they were totally the same people.
And actually, I think that most of our steady audience are all pretty much the same. I mean, we may disagree about a few things, but I
I don't
actually
think that's true. I'm sorry, I had to do that.
you're such a
You
pain in
actually
the
were.
ass. I actually think that we all, are, really like strong people who are very opinionated and don't have a problem voicing that opinion.
Mhm. Yeah, I decided a few years ago that it's not worth it to keep those things hidden. Well, I remember a night that kind of surprised me was the first night that me and Killen were playing DJ, and I kept playing all these like '70s songs and stuff. And everybody in chat was like, "Oh, I always loved this song. I always loved this song." And it's like, wait a minute, you people know this music too? Except, of course, for later on when Carrie started coming around and you play songs and you go, "Well, I never heard of this one."
That's because he's a young'un.
Damn kids.
Wow. If we're soothing, I'd hate to be living in your house.
Oh, I totally forgot. Me, Nerdy, and Carter Soul Sisters. We discovered that one night too.
Soul sisters?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like whatever they were talking about, I was like, yeah, I always thought the same thing. I still can't believe I uploaded to the wrong channel. And it
Eh,
took me forever to figure it out.
yeah, because it was funny 'cause, Mr. Nicky was like, going, "Well, what? Are you guys not doing one tonight?" I said, "Not if it hasn't popped up, no, not that I know of." And then, about a minute after you started here. Oh, he's on his channel. That's why couldn't find it. Oh, okay.
I'm looking, it's like, why can't I find it to pop the chat up? Where is it, YouTube? Where? It wasn't until like I came back in here and then I looked at the top of the screen and I go, yeah, that's not the right icon up there. But by then it looked like all our regular people had found this anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
no sense in switching over. You know, Cart, you should upload some photos of around where you live. You don't have to like do your house if you don't want to, but just show us,
The
what
moat
it
around her
looks like.
house that has all the
Yeah,
alligators in it. Or crocodiles, sorry.
crocodiles. Yeah, yeah. We've seen some of Nerdy's territory.
Oh, goodness.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I sent a message to StreamYard asking if they're
Mm-hmm.
planning any more improvements in the future. Because I'm not sure the stuff you've done so far is worth the raise in price. That'd be kind of nice if they go, well, you know what, we can knock off 10% or something.
And no response.
Well, I just sent it today.
Oh.
Have to be careful. Don't pull a Finkel and totally destroy StreamYard.
Right.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
uh, you would be amazed if the owner of StreamYard has a secret life putting the lotion on the skin.
Yeah, okay. Put another log on the fire. Well, hey, when I was a kid, 90% of the houses in town had coal furnaces. And you'd have to go down there periodically, and rake out the ashes and put in new coal. And Carrie, if you ever say something that actually amuses me, I'll let you know. You have to remember, I've spent 130 years watching real comedians. I am not an easy laugh. Now, if you got a
Oh,
video of yourself
yeah.
falling down a set of stairs, that might do it. Oh, yeah, what?
Speaking of comedians, I gotta find out when Jeff Dunham is coming and how much tickets are.
I like him in small doses. I don't think I could go see a whole 90-minute show of him. I think that was kind of what I was saying there, Carrie. So who are some of your favorite all-time comedians?
What is the guy who Mr. Green
Please don't
Jeans?
say Carrot Top. Mr. Green Jeans?
I think
Your
that's,
favorite?
I don't, I can't remember.
The only Mr. Green Jeans I know was
No,
the
actually it
best
was,
friend was Captain Kangaroo.
yeah, no, it was Red Skelton.
Ah, okay. I will accept that. He he wouldn't be in my top 10 list, I don't think, but yeah, he was good. Um, I
And
remember.
Ron White.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They call me tater salad.
yeah. I forget who it was that said they were at a hotel opening with Red Skelton a few years back, and it was like a 22 floor hotel, and Red was talking, but he kept saying this fantastic 21 floor facility, 21 floors of beautiful rooms and stuff. And this was, of course, later on in Red's life. And the guy thought maybe he was slipping a little. And afterwards, he said to Red, he goes, Red, it's actually 22 floors. And Red Skelton goes, yeah, but that's another story. Hey, I always liked it. Well, see, Cart, you're naming those Australian people that nobody cares about in the rest of the world. I think I've heard of Andrew Denton. A lot of my favorites are classics like Carlin and Pryor.
Yeah, I liked Richard Pryor too.
I noticed some of the more um, modern, recent ones. A lot of my favorites now are women,
Hmm.
like Tig Navarro. I think she's hilarious. And that Nicole, it's like Scherzinger or something like that. Cart, you guys gave us the Bee Gees and Olivia Newton-John. We really didn't need anything else from Australia after that. One thing I liked with Red, he a lot of times, I like the guys who would do these stories, you know, instead of just a bunch of one-liners, bow, bow, bow,
Hmm.
where they'd tell a story and it would take, a couple of minutes to actually get to the punchline, and especially if you didn't see the punchline coming.
Right.
I don't know if I'd put Woody Allen on my list of comedians. Now, as far as filmmaker, yeah, but never thought much of his stand-up. No. And of course, when I say stuff about not liking, I'm not putting them down because millions of people disagree with me on any of these guys, you know. I never like when people will put down like, well, a couple of easy targets like Taylor Swift or oh, what was that stupid teenager's name? The Canadian kid. I cannot think of his name.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah, Bieber. You know, well, actually, I like a lot of Taylor stuff, but like Bieber and that, I might not like them, but you'll never hear me talking about, oh, they got no talent, they're overrated or any of that stuff like people do, because it's like, yeah, but they sold 1 billion records, so what the hell do you know? Yeah, I find the Cosby thing makes me sad because, a lot of times with actors and stuff, I can separate the person from the acting or the comedy, but Bill Cosby, all of his comedy, most of it was wrapped up in all the family and all that, so it's hard to separate what we learned about him from his act. But yeah, I used to love Cosby. I can remember my father having his albums, and I used to like his show, and now it's just hard to. Another old timer I liked who's mostly known now for his TV shows, but Bob Newhart used to do good stand up.
Yeah. And another one that I like, but he's newer, is Fluffy or Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh, yeah, he's hilarious. Yeah, Chappelle, Eddie Murphy. See, this is the curse I lived under. Why I could never be a stand-up comedian. I'm not black or Jewish. All the great comedians were black or Jewish. I'm always telling people to go and find Fluffy's video about the racist gift basket. Yeah, who's that guy me and Barb were talking about recently? She said, have you ever seen this guy? And I was like, oh, yeah. And I like call him he's sort of like the modern day Don Rickles. I can't think of his name. It's a younger guy, but he does a lot of audience interaction, and he just will make fun of everybody.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know his name. He's got a bunch of clips on YouTube too.
yeah, because he'll go after people for their race. He'll have to even go after like people in wheelchairs and stuff like that.
Mhm. Or he'll ask the old ladies, "Did you bring your daughter with you?"
Yeah, yeah. My father actually saw Rickles in a nightclub way back when. And my mother claimed to have seen Peter, Paul, and Mary. Seemed like an odd one for her. Yeah, I can't do much Cat Williams. I don't know who that would be. You know, a group my mother liked, I don't know if I ever told you. Now you have to remember, if my mother was still alive, she'd be turning 102 this year, just to give you an idea of her generation. She loved ZZ Top.
Okay, I guess, I mean, yeah, that would really kinda, 'cause I know it just threw my brain for a loop.
You know, Carrie, I like Bob Hope's movies. I would always watch his specials. As far as his comedy routine, it's like in 1970 he was basically doing the same jokes he did in 1940 for me. It's like you'd see him doing, and he'd always do all those like USO tours and that. But you'd see Bob Hope in Saigon, and it was kind of like the same jokes as World War II jokes, but he just would change it a little bit. Yeah, I don't think I know that one, Cart Luenell. And again, I'm just giving my opinion on people. I'm not putting anybody else down for their opinions, except for Kerry. I always put his opinions down because they're worthless. Yeah, I liked Jerry Lewis at the time. I haven't watched one of his movies in a long time. I'm not sure if I would still like the wacky Jerry Lewis movies or not. I'm thinking maybe not, since I don't like Will Ferrell or Jim Carrey, and they're sort of more modern day Jerry Lewis types. Oh, Cart, yes. Monty Python. That is my type of comedy. They were just so off the wall. See, that's why Cart's one of the ones I love.
Mm,
I can remember discovering Monty Python. I don't know. I was probably like in my 20s, and they were showing them on PBS, their shows. And it was like, oh my God, who are these guys? Actually, it was probably earlier than that because I think I was in my 20s whenever the Holy Grail came out, and I loved that movie. You ever watch any of George Burns's old shows?
Yeah, Oh God with John Denver.
Yeah, no, but I mean his TV show. It was probably like from the 50s or something. But if you ever see it, it was him and
Mm,
Gracie.
no.
It was almost kind of like an early reality show because he was always breaking the fourth wall. He'd stop and like talk to the people at home through the camera. There'd be something going on. And he would just like look at the camera and go, "At this point, Gracie, whatever." But yeah, yep, he was good. And yeah, I liked. Oh God, that was a good movie. I was going to mention Life of Brian too, Cart. I think a lot of people misunderstood that one. I used to want to have always look on the bright side of life played at my funeral, and then I found out that's like really big in Great Britain, and I hate to be cliche. I can remember going to see Life of Brian, and it was like the closing credits, I mean Monty Python, the Holy Grail, and the
Yeah.
closing credits were as hilarious as the movie was because they kept like firing the guys who were doing the credits and starting over with new ones. And I haven't watched Life of Brian in a while. I should get that. Yeah, I liked Foxworthy all right, and Gilbert, and that wasn't Gilbert's real voice. When Gilbert was off stage, he was just sort of like, "Hello, my name is Gilbert Godfrey." I thought Roseanne Barr was hilarious when she first came on the scene. And when her show first started, I really liked it, but she kind of got too full of herself. Oh, how long has that been there? Now I can't get that out of my head. Always look on the bright side of life. Do 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 do. If you know how they do that, I think they used to call it command performance, but now it's like the Princess Trust or something like that. It's an annual big like fundraising event in England every year. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've heard of it, but I
Yeah, but I saw a clip the one time. I'm trying to think of which. I think it was John Cleese was doing, and Charlie was still Prince then, and John Cleese was singing "Always Look on the Bright Side of Life." And it might have been one of the other guys, but it doesn't matter. But he had a line in there. It was like, um, "When your mother just won't give up the crown, and you're stuck." I forget exactly, but it's like those guys would make fun of anybody. Yeah, it does happen a lot. You notice with like that's like who was it that Rosie O'Donnell. When she first started her talk show, I really liked her, but then she got real popular, and I think it's kind of a natural thing when you get big like that, with celebrities, and they get surrounded by these people that are like, "Oh, Nikki, you're a genius. You could do anything. Let's put out a record album. Let's do this." And after a while, you're going to be like going, "Yeah, you know what? I am pretty damn good." And that seems to happen to a lot of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, that was a good show, at least for the first 3 seasons or so. It's kind of funny that she ended up getting fired off her own show. At the time, I always thought because they were on around the same time, I thought Roseanne was sort of like the blue collar Cosby show.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever they brought the show back, um, I don't even remember what she commented on. It was some kind of really politically incorrect thing, and so yeah, they ended up. I think they killed her, didn't they? Did they make it like Roseanne's Family or something like that? The show
Yeah,
continued
it
without her.
it was called The Connors, I think.
That's it. Yeah. Cart wants to know what you're watching.
I am actually, believe it or not, trying to get trying to figure out like those field sobriety tests because I'm still thinking about what we should talk about
Yeah,
when we do that show, the
yeah.
that
We'll have to
killing.
schedule. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, like when an officer pulls you over for a DUI, what you could possibly have that would cause you to fail like the horizontal nystagmus test. Because they always ask all those questions. Do you have
yeah,
diabetes? Do you take insulin? Have you had surgery? Blah, 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 blah. And none of the only other ones that they ask is, do you wear contacts? So I'm trying to figure out why they ask, do you wear contacts? Well, actually, I found that if you're nearsighted or have an astigmatism, um, that can cause your eyes to do the jumping.
oh, hey, I do have astigmatism. I would never take the test anyway, though.
Well, no, because the test is designed to fail.
Of course, now I couldn't really do it anyhow because my leg problems. But still, yeah, have to see if we can set up a date with Killen where he'd be able to participate since he's the one that found that article.
Yeah.
Maybe we start at like 7 o'clock that night.
Even we can go even to 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Or
yeah
6:15. Long enough for me
yeah
to clock out and make the commute from work.
yeah yeah. That's a good idea. And yeah, Carrie, I really like the first Sister Act. And did you see Nerdy said she told an officer to blow her once?
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, every test other than the eye test is basically something that you can control. Granted, you're going to fail it anyway, whether you're drunk or sober. But the eye test, you can't control if your eyes, jump or anything. And you
Yeah.
don't know that they're doing that, but people who are looking at you can see it.
That'd be, that there's that actor. I haven't seen him in anything for a while. But it was a big bald guy, and his eyes were always doing that dancing thing. You don't know who I mean?
No.
But, yeah, he'd have a hard time with that. I always wanted, though, for a cop to pull me over and ask me to do the ABCs. And I'd go alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, epsilon, phi, chi, psi, omega, and fuck you.
Nerdy said Telly Savalas.
No, this guy was more recent than that, like not real recent, but I can find a picture of him because I remember a show that he was in. I don't remember him ever having a starring role, but he was one of those guys that you'd see him a lot. Let me see. Ah, that's it. His name is Pruitt Taylor Vince. Every time I go to bring something in, I always like double click on it. Do you recognize him?
Nope.
But his eyes always do this dancing thing. Yeah. Doesn't have many pictures. Well, Cart, the thing is, I was going to mention that earlier. There's videos out there of people who blow a zero on the breathalyzer, and then the cops still arrest him because he's like, you look drunk to me. You're under the influence of something. Well, that's like that guy. I know Carrie, I'm pretty sure, saw the video of the guy, the veteran with Alzheimer's that the cop punched and knocked out in that convenience store.
Yeah.
But he's standing the guy and he says, "Oh, it looks like you got cocaine on your nose." Now I looked at that video and I didn't see anything. It looked like that guy, had been eating a donut or anything. Carrie, you really don't want to start correcting people's spelling. Don't make me go grammar Nazi on you. And Cart, I'm sorry, but the English spellings are wrong. Those people that put the extra U's in and all that. The American spellings are correct for one simple reason. We beat their asses in 2 wars, so we get to choose. There's George Bernard Shaw said, America and England, 2 countries separated by a common language. Yeah, Carrie, but that was a New Year's resolution. You can't expect that to last. In England, by the way, you can get arrested just for telling a cop to fuck off.
Can you?
Yep. So be careful if you go traveling.
I don't even have a passport.
Me neither. I said the English, Cart. I said the English. Australia is one of those countries, actually, from what I know of these things. If you went man to man with them, they would give us a fight for our money. Now, of course, if it ever actually happened, they wouldn't have a whole lot of a chance because we'd outnumber them 10 to 1. But if you went even sides, now this would be a good place to make fun of New Zealand, but Kiwi left, so I'll save it for another day.
For New Zealand, wouldn't you? All you have to do is have your sheepdog with you.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's true. That would make the Aussies hard to shoot because they'd be riding kangaroos and they'd be bouncing up and down. You'd have to be a good shot to get them. So you think
Well,
I should do a promo for the Finkel fundraiser?
if you do a promo, you might want to put a disclaimer on there.
Oh, no, you don't know me.
Actually, let me go check it real quick.
Hey, tomorrow's Friday. I'll have to remember to get the newspaper. A lot of times I forget to check my mail in the morning.
Nobody's made any donations.
Yeah, I can't imagine anybody would. That's why I wasn't. Well, I did a thing months ago where let me see, I think I still have it laying here. Yeah, it was like a GoFundMe. And I said, I'll probably need to take this off so you can see. I said I needed a new razor because this stopped working.
Yeah.
And so just to make sure that everybody knew I was being ridiculous, I set the goal at $86,000. Okay.
Jesus.
Somebody tried to report me for, I forget the word, but
Fraudulent.
basically for, yeah, yeah. But I imagine it was probably some jerk like Bips or somebody like that who hates when people report him for anything, but he's always trying to get other people's channels taken down and stuff. No, Cart, didn't you see we're raising money for Finkel? Was that before you came in?
It might have been.
Did you ever see that video? It's a couple years old now, where they put a bunch of LED lights on sheep. I think it was like somebody in Scotland or somebody did it.
No, but I think that would be cool to sit out there at night and watch it.
Yeah. See if I can find it real quick. I think they did it as like a Christmas thing. There's one here. Let's see.
Jeez.
Front of you and move those to the right. Let's go on that.
Oh, here, this is good. It was actually Pong, Carrie. Breakout was the one where you shot up towards the top.
Yeah, the breakout was the bricks.
Yeah, but we'll forgive you that one.
Pong might have come out before he was born.
I think it did actually. I first saw it in a pizza shop. Oh, I think maybe around 74.
72.
Okay. It's funny how cool those games used to look. Yeah, of course, Pong was the first one, and then you had stuff like for the home ones when you got like Breakout and Missile Command and Asteroids.
And Space
Of course,
Invaders.
yeah, that's what for a while I worked in an arcade that had a bunch of those games. Of course, that was the same place that had the porn in the back. My favorite at the time was, I think it was called Battle Zone. It was like a tank, and you look through a periscope.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I almost, a couple of years ago, when I got my big Social Security payout, I almost wasted, I forget how much it was at the time, definitely a couple of $1,000 on this machine that it was sort of like, it looked like an old arcade game with the joysticks and stuff, but then you'd actually hook it up to a big screen TV, and it had
Hmm.
something like 100 of those old games. And I came really close to wasting money on it. And I thought, eh, maybe new appliances would be a better idea.
Yeah, because actually my problem is if I had something like that, I would actually sit and be playing that rather than on YouTube or, doing anything constructive.
Well, that wouldn't bother me that much. I do the I honestly, I think the deciding factor for me was that was about the time that my gang was all dying off and stuff. So I thought, I don't want to just sit here and play it by myself. If it was still whenever I had the crew that we used to get together all the time, I probably would have done it because we used to have fun with just the regular Ataris and everything.
Hmm. I prefer the older games to these new ones. I have a hard time with these new ones.
I absolutely hated the original FPSs. I did not like that, where you were like actually looking out the character's eyes. I had trouble catching on to that for a long time.
Yeah, and I still have that issue.
Yeah, see, and I'm okay with that. I, I remember I used to play Call of Duty when my mother was still around. And she used to just be amazed at the fact that, because I'd be playing it on my TV, with Xbox.
Hmm.
She was amazed that those guys knew when to fall over and that when I shot them.
Oh. Well, Carrie, now that you have looked up the Ford formula, I guess you'll have to remember that because you're going to be talking about your family on Sunday.
Family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. Yes. Oh, totally fuck that. I'll tell you right now. Okay. But that probably means dreams as in what you'd like to do in the future, right? Those kind of dreams, not actual
Yeah,
sleeping
yeah,
dreams.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. Because I hate listening to people's dreams. It's kind of like the old-fashioned thing of watching people's vacation slideshows.
Hmm.
I do not want to hear about your dreams. Only possibly I can stand a couple of minutes of it if I'm actually in the dream. Other than that, I don't want to know. I'm not interested in my own dreams.
The only ones I like listening to are the ones that Mr. Nicky has where he's talking.
No.
And I try so hard to keep from laughing because I'll ask him, "What's going on?" And he'll tell me. And I try so hard to keep from laughing so I don't wake him up.
I will tell you the kind of dream that interests me. If you happen to be like a good looking 25-year-old woman and you say, I had a dream about you last night, I'm like, oh, okay. But then usually, like, the next thing they'll say is something like, for some reason, you were fixing my roof or mowing my lawn. It's like, yeah, okay, never mind.
Mr. Nicky
Ah,
said, "That's a nightmare."
nerdy, I used to actually like to be sober at drunken parties. I would just sit and laugh at people.
Yeah, w- we have done that a few times.
I even like when I was in high school, we'd have these parties out in the woods. So
Hmm.
people would get a keg or whatever. And there was a lot of times I did not drink at all, and I would just watch people.
Yeah, those
You know,
parties out in the woods or out in the cornfield or wherever where
mm,
you would swear you're never doing this again.
and I say woods, but actually around here people would say it's out in the strippings because we're surrounded by
Strip
land
mines.
that the coal company stripped. Yeah, Ariel mentioned wet dreams. Um, I always remember a line I was always proud of myself for coming up with on the spur of the moment. Now that I talk about people talking about their dreams. When I was going to electronics school, one of my lab partners goes, there's a guy under. He goes, I had a dream about you last night. And I went, was it wet? He was pissed.
Ew. Well, speaking of dreams,
Yeah. I know you were planning on staying later, but now that Ariel's here, you want to get out of here before he decides to join us?
no, I could care less because he doesn't listen anyway. All he hears from me is wah 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 wah.
Well, actually, he only showed himself now because he knows we're going to shut down.
He's been here for a little bit. He's probably been working on something and just listening to us ramble.
Well, I don't ramble. What are you talking about, Cart? It's easy to exit a car when you're drunk.
You just open the
Getting
door
up
and pull
off the,
out.
yeah, getting off the ground afterwards is the hard part.
Or walk across a city park that takes 3 minutes and it somehow ends up taking 6 hours.
You know, it's always fun. And I have done it before. But watching other people do it is when somebody is really drunk and they are trying to convince another person that they aren't drunk, especially somebody who has a badge on their shirt. Whoops. And they're there doing stuff like this. Oh, you see, officer, what I was doing was walking this way. You know, and they think they sound totally sober. And you're going, dude, just shut up. But anyway, just for Ariel.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Bastards.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold on.
And yes, everybody, thanks for coming in. I enjoyed this tonight. I don't know about anybody else. I had fun. But, I don't know, maybe see you all tomorrow. But don't forget, Sunday, 2 o'clock is Carrie. The next Sunday at 2 o'clock is Nate the Great. Monday night is movie night. For a second there, I thought Cart called us all a bunch of wonderful pedophiles until I leaned closer.
Wow. Good night, everyone.
Anyway, we'll see you guys. Thanks a lot.
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time